So yeah, core strength, whenever you hear that for a yoga class, half the people go, yay, I'm gonna get a flat stomach. And the other half of the people will go, oh God, I actually have a meeting I need to get to. So there tends to be a lot of kind of false ideas running around about it. And I fall victim to that too. The idea of a nice flat toned stomach is exciting, but actually yesterday what we talked about is core strength as moving from your center, initiating movement, all of your movements in yoga, all your poses, and I think movement in life from your center. We talked about what the center is. And today I want to talk about the relationship between your front and back body, namely sort of your abdominal wall and the muscles. So your abdominal wall would go, if you were just being very loose with your body, I'm not going to get too technical, but from kind of your, just above your hips, kind of this front hip area all the way up into your ribs. And then on your back side from the crest of your pelvis, that's the waistline of your pants, and up to your shoulder blades. So there's a relationship here between these areas of your body, and I just want to focus on that today and kind of play around and explore. So let's just start right away. We're going to start lying down on your back. Take a big old stretch, make yourself comfortable. Do whatever you need to do. Maybe it's knees to chest, a little side rocking. Anything that feels really good right now. And while you're here, just take that moment to yourself to think about how you're feeling. And remember that in every single yoga class, you're going to listen to your body. You're going to do what feels right. And you're going to make good choices. So you can now take your legs out. You can either be in Shavasana legs or keep the knees bent, depending on how your back is feeling. When you bend your knees, it's a little bit easier on your back. And you're just going to take one hand to your belly, and you're going to slide the other hand underneath your back, just above your waistline, just as a place of awareness. So get comfortable, whatever shape that is. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale through your mouth. And do that a couple more times. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out your mouth. This is just a nice breath. It's like an invitation to just step away from wherever you were and arrive to what's happening right now. And then you're going to close your lips and breathe deeply in and out through your nose. And I want you to feel the expansion. I want you to feel on both the front and back side of your body that there's movement from the expansion of your lungs. So as you breathe in, you should feel the balloon of the belly up into your top hand. And you should also feel some pressure, like I'm basically pinning down my bottom hand. And the back side of my body is expanding and pushing it into the floor. And I'm not really moving. I'm allowing my body to be moved by the breath. Good. And then I want you to arch your back a little bit. So you might want to do that by bending your knees and putting your feet flat if you're not already. Arch your back a little bit so there's more space underneath you. And take a few breaths here and just notice you're essentially bending your back. You're in a sort of back bend. And the muscles on your back are shortening. The muscles on your front are lengthening just by being in this shape. You might be able to feel the muscles on your back kind of tightening or wrinkling. You might even just feel your shirt wrinkling. While your belly gets a stretch, it might feel nice. Your belly can still be relaxed as you do this. We're going to go into the opposite direction. I want you to make the space behind you disappear, and you're going to squish that hand, and you're going to tighten your abdominals. Let's help ourselves by lifting the head as well. Just lift your head a little bit off the floor and kind of look towards your knees. And with that hand on your front belly, on the front body, you're tightening. So the back body is lengthening, the front body is shortening, and then you can let that go. And let your arms relax out to the sides. We're not going to use our hands to sense the body anymore, but I want you to move from an arch in the back into that little contraction. You can do so by picking up the head if that helps. It's not even really necessary, but go ahead and it's like a reclining cat-cow. So as you breathe in, you arch your back, make a little space under your body. And as you breathe out, you're curling head to tail a little bit and shortening the front of the body. And you can try it both with the head up or down, whatever's comfortable for you. Sometimes when we have a lot of neck tension, it's just really uncomfortable. And then relax. We're going to send your legs out long and flat like Shavasana. And you're going to have a natural curve underneath your lower back. So there's a little bit of space as your spine's in neutral, but probably not enough to really fit that hand underneath there. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to pull your right knee to your chest without your hands. And then place that leg out and back to the floor. As you exhale, pull your left knee in towards your body. And as you inhale, place it back to the floor. And I want you to do this little slow march without moving the spine. So you're not changing the shape of the spine, you're still in neutral. There's that little space underneath your lower back. But your legs are moving and you're adding a weight. We're asking our body to be stable from the core while we move our legs about, while we move these levers around. So you're building strength and stability, and the top and the bottom of the body, the front and back, are working together to stabilize. So it's not just your abdominal muscles. Your lower back, your middle back, even your upper back is going to help stabilize this movement. Good. Let's look at another case. Let's bend our knees, place your feet flat, and come into a baby bridge. Feet are parallel. Lift your hips from the floor, not so much that we're looking for a big back bend yet, but just to hover the hips off the ground. There's a straight line from knees to shoulders. And you might use your hands again because there's plenty of space for it now. A hand on the back and the front, just above your waistline. And you might feel, especially here, a tightening on your back. I feel a tighter action there because we're in a back bending pose. And there's a stretch across your belly right now because of that contraction on the back. But at the same time, I want you to stay strong in your belly. So again, both the front and the back body are engaged. Lower back down. Take a deep breath. And let it out. And we'll do that one more time. Come into a baby bridge. Place your feet where it's comfortable. Of course, there's lots of more work being done here. Your legs, your butt, your arms a little bit, but just observe again that relationship. It's like a sibling strength. They're working together. Like siblings, sibling muscles. Siblings don't always get along, but let's assume in this case they are getting along. Good. Come on back down. Pull your knees to your chest. Take any movement that feels good. Maybe rock a little side to side. So we're waking up that center and looking today at just the relationship between front and back body. Pull yourself up onto hands and knees, either by rolling to the side or just kicking up. Come forward into a table position. And cat and cow is that beautiful example of this. Knees underneath your hips, hands under shoulders, unlock your elbows. Breathe in, look forward, roll your shoulders back, slightly lift your tail. You're in a back bend. Right away, the back body is tightening and shortening, and the belly is lengthening. Exhale and round. Back lengthens, front shortens. Inhale. Maybe you don't have to think about it, maybe you just feel it. Exhale, round. But they're working together. So as you inhale and you lift your head and tail, even though your front body's lengthening, you want to keep your belly strong here and engaged. Your abdominals are still engaged. Exhale as you round. And even feel maybe your back muscles as participating in this movement, supporting just as much as the front. Go back and forth between the two at your pace. And just think about those two sheaths, the front and the back. I want you to come into a neutral position. We're going to stress ourselves a little bit more. And you might start by moving the knees a little bit closer together. I find that's better for balance. We're going to kick your right heel behind you and your left arm forward for bird dog. Bird dog pose. Unlock your right elbow. Try not to lean left, as we tend to do. Find your little wobbles and breathe in and out. And find again the back body and the front body stabilizing from the center. That's your core strength. Place them back down. Kick the left heel back. Right arm forward. I've got my toe that's on the floor tucked under because it's more comfortable on my knee and it's a little easier for stability too. Breathe in and out. Hold yourself from the floor. Find a lift from the floor. And try not to lean right. And then come back down. Right heel, kick back again, left arm forward. This time we're going to move, but I want you to keep your spine in neutral. So bring your right knee towards your chest and your elbow by your side. Without changing the movement of the spine, we're going to extend and then pull back in. And extend and pull back in. We're not doing that crisscross, that's really popular, but I want you to keep your chest open. So your left elbow is just gonna come by your side. Breathe as best you can, in and out. This will warm you up really fast. Embrace that there are some wobbles, that's fine. Go back out long and come back to the floor. We're gonna go right into the other side. Left heel kicks back, right arm forward. Inhale to bring it in, exhale, push it out. If you move a little more quickly, you'll create some wobbles and help yourself learn to stabilize more. When you move slowly, we can really feel what's working. So they're both good for you. Both are good. One more. Back down. Let's take our wrists. Let's give our wrists a rest. Go into child's pose. Also a nice stretch for your back. Walk your fingertips forward. Rest your head down. Take a side stretch to the left. With a deep breath. Walking your hands to the left side of the mat. And then we'll go to the other side, over to the right. Deep breath here. We're going to do one more set of kind of therapeutic, informative exercises here. Come back up onto all fours. Right heel kicks back, left arm forward, and this time we're going to let our spine move. So think of taking the movement we just did with cat and cow. So as you pull inwards, you can round your spine. As you extend it outwards, you might open your chest slightly and find a little back bend lift. And go at your pace. Again, slow is informative. Really teaches us what's working, and fast helps us improve our stability a little bit in a different way. You might want to smile through it, because I get so wobbly here. I find these are beginner exercises, but I'm like, whew, these never get easy. They're always wonderfully challenging. One more on that side. And come back down. And notice what's happening. Notice what you're feeling. Are you tired in your abs? I'm getting tired in my back, but it feels okay because my back is working. If you're feeling a pinch or a pain in your back, then you might have compression, right? So you'll want to try and tone the sibling a little bit more for support. Left, that was your break. That was your nice break for that little chat. Left heel goes back. Right arm forward. And you're going to breathe in when you're taking up lots of space. Breathe out as you coil in. And move at your own speed. Good. I want to just take a peek at these. Keep breathing. Great. Come back down to all fours. Nice. That's not easy, right? It's not that easy. Child's pose or down dog. If you're hungry for a dog, dog it out, but I would love a child's pose. And yeah, whew, little wipe of the forehead. Did you get sweaty? Yeah, I felt that. Good. Come into downward facing dog, please, from wherever you are. And then walk your feet to your hands. Coming into a forward bend. Now what's happening in forward bend here? Knees are unlocked. Bend your knees as much as you need. Allow the head to drop. Your lower back is lengthening. The muscles are lengthening across your back. So that means the front muscles are shortening. Front body is short. With an even shorter, engaged front body, roll yourself up to standing from bent knees. Roll yourself up. Stack yourself up nice and tall. Take a deep breath. Reach your arms towards the sky. Front and back body strong, but in neutral. And then exhale, swan dive, and forward bend. Inhale, hands to the shins. Let's warm up a little bit more. Exhale and fold. This time, let's stand up through a flat back. You can bend your knees, but take your head and chest forward first. Think about front and back body working together as you stand up. Hands to heart. Inhale, arms will go up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, elongate. Exhale and fold again. Through a flat back, rise up. How does it feel? Front and back body working together. Arms come up and then hands to heart. Good, let's add on. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward bend. Right foot steps back. We're going to drop a knee to the floor, squeeze the legs and rise up. Arms up. Again, front and back body working together, stabilizing. Touch the ceiling as high as you are going to get. Find that peak. And hands to the floor. Lift your back knee. Downward facing dog. Come forward to your plank position. Let's try this. Pull your right knee to your chest in plank. Pull the right knee in without changing the shape of your spine. Put that foot back. Pull your left knee in. Put that foot back. Keep your eyes a little bit forward. Switch a couple more times. And find the front and the back body working together. Good. Bring both knees down to the floor and then your chest. Press your hips down. Come into a baby cobra. Front body long, back body short and working. So is the belly. Both siblings working. Lower back down, push back your way to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath. And then send your right leg to the sky. Practice your step forward. Drop the back knee, rise up, low lunge. Take up lots of space, find your peak. And bring that hands down. Step forward. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale and fold. Rise up through a flat back. So reach your head and chest forward first. Arms come up. Hands to heart. Inhale. Other side, arms rise. Think about those siblings working together as you fold. Good. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, drop a knee. Hugging those legs in. Strong legs and butt, arms rise. And dissolve, hands to the floor, step back, dog. Come on forward. And your choice, you can bring your knees down first or just bend elbows lower to the floor. Find your version of cobra that feels strong and stable, both belly and back working. We'll transition back, downward facing dog. Your choice how to get there. Left leg will rise, down dog split. We'll practice that step forward towards the hand, drop a back knee. Rise up. Low lunge, take up space. Good, hands down, step forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Flat back. Feel them working together. Rise up. Let's go all the way back down. Forward bend. Right foot back. And then the left, downward facing dog. Take your right leg into the sky, down dog split. Practice your step forward and stand up warrior two. Take your time. First time we get to open the hips. Same thing is happening. You might take a hand to the belly and the back. You should be at a neutral. So you've got a nice curve in your lower back. Some engagement on both sides, and when you're ready, you can open the arms. Good, and let that opening happen in your hips. Still feeling stable, hugging in with the legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. Elongate the right side of your body. Exhale, side angle pose, elbow to the thigh. Now here's a tricky one because both sides of the waist here are long. If we talk about siblings, you've also got the right and left side of your body. You want both sides to be long here. Rise back up, warrior two. Find your way to plank pose. And I'd like you to go for a little march again. Hold here long and strong. Pull one knee in. Send it back. Pull the other knee in. Send it back. Do that 2 more times. Just keep breathing. Keep your eyes forward. And when you're ready, Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. Rise into a back bend of your choice. Heart forward. And back downward facing dog. Take a breath. Clear the path ahead of you. Other side, left leg rises, down dog split. Practice that step forward. Stand up warrior two. Take a moment, feel the front and back side of your spine. Allow your hips to open in this direction. Spread your arms as you're ready. Feel the strength of your legs pulling into your center as much as you're moving from the center outwards to your limbs. Oh, I have this nice mirror on the wall here and I can see you all. I can watch you all from here. Ooh, I like that. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Right side waist is shortening. Left side is lengthening. And as you come forward, side angle pose, you're trying your best to elongate both sides of the waist. I always have some more rolls on the left side, that's okay, but I'm not trying to side bend. I'm trying to lengthen from my belly button all the way up to my head and tail. Good, rise back up, warrior two. And we'll come down to the floor. Plank pose, your choice. You can go through vinyasa or you can skip it, but I advise some sort of back bend here. So even if you're dropping into cat and cow, that would be great. Find your way back, down dog. Right leg to the sky. Slow step forward, this time warrior one. So hips facing straight ahead. Back foot turns out to your degree of comfort. Rise up now. Warrior one, with that front knee coming forward, is very tricky to get a neutral spine. So I want you to unbend for a moment, straighten both legs. Grab front and back body for awareness. Can you find neutral again? With a nice, gentle, natural curve at your back. And some bagel in your front. Should have a nice soft bagel there. And try and maintain that as you bend into the front knee. You might need to angle forward slightly through your torso. That might be more comfortable. It'll be more work in your leg, but maybe more space also in your back. Take your arms up. And then we're going to wrap right arm underneath your left, like eagle arms. If you would like, you can take the double bind for eagle, or you could do my favorite modification, which is just wrapping one arm under the other. That's the one I'm going to do today. It's feeling better on my shoulders. So take your eagle arms. As you breathe in, I want you to elongate the front body and lift your elbows and depress your shoulder blades. Keep bending into that front leg. Maybe look towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're going to come forward, not to humble warrior, but think of cat pose. Head and tail coiling in, bringing your elbows towards your belly button. Now we're going to rise back up again, but I want you to stack one vertebra at a time. So roll up really slow. Feel front and back body working. Oh, I'm sweating like crazy here. Elbows come up to the sky. Find your opening. Find your baby back bend. Exhale, draw that belly button back. Coil into your center. Think of the happy Halloween cat. One more time. Strong belly and back. Brings you up slow. Find your peak. And then open your arms. Take them up to the sky. And take them behind the back. Interlace your fingers together. Roll those shoulder blades together to spread your chest. And now we're going to elongate the full spine forward. As long as you can from tail to crown. And then at that last moment, we drop into humble warrior. The head can drop. You can lay your chest on your thigh. And maybe extend the arms a little more overhead, but listen to your shoulder joints. Listen. Good. Place your hands on the floor and pull your hips back in space. You might need blocks here, but really, if your hands are on the floor, you don't have to fully straighten your front leg if you feel enough resistance with just a slight unbending. Pull some length into your waistline, and you're going to shorten your back, coming into extension, and then find another fold. Let your head drop. Hold here another moment. Exhale all the way out. Lift your head, bend your front knee. Wiggle that left foot back a little bit more so you can step back, downward facing dog. Let's take your right leg to the sky. That was a lot of stress on that leg. You can stack your hips, bend your knee. Breathe here. And bring that foot to the floor and make a choice if you'd like to go through a vinyasa sequence or take a rest and reserve your energy in down dog or child's pose. We're going to do the other side. Everyone's back in their dog. Good. Left leg to the sky, please. Take your slow step for warrior one. Ground that back foot best you can. Rise up slow. And then right away, we're going to unbend that front leg a bit so we can find a neutral spine. Think of mountain pose. It's like a split leg mountain pose. You can even check your hips. Sometimes, if you can see, sometimes that left hip will hike up. You want to be level with the floor. Find some neutrality and then bend into that front leg. Bend. And again, if you feel pinch or strain or pain in your lower back, lean slightly forward. We're going to take our arms up and then wrap the left under the right for eagle. Same way you did on the other side. If you're taking that modification, it's just a nice little self-hug. Now you know how this movement goes. We're going to inhale. Lift your elbows, depress your shoulders, and elongate your belly while keeping it engaged. As you exhale, you're going to hollow out and round your spine. Try to bring those elbows towards your tail. Strong legs are going to help. Slowly stack up one bone at a time. Open up into your back bend. Exhale, coil in, taking this slow and deliberate. Coil in, we go one more time. Rise up. After you come up, we'll open the arms, lift them up, take them behind you, take the other hand and interlace on top. Roll the shoulders back, open the front of your chest, spread the collarbones. And then come forward without changing the shape of the spine, as long as you can, as long as you can, as long as you can. And then we'll allow some rounding, some head dropping, some shoulder and hip opening. One, exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to the floor, slide your hips back in space, and pull your heart forward. Pull that heart forward, find again some shortening of the back muscles while the belly's strong. And then you can fold. Let the head drop. I don't care if the front leg is straight. We're focused on front and back body, sibling strength, working together, balancing each other out. Bend your front knee, plant your hands, step back to dog. Send your left leg into the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Take a moment here, enjoy. Place that foot to the floor, make a choice, vinyasa or save your energy for the next wave. Good, from down dog, let's walk our feet to our hands. We'll stand in the middle of the mat in a forward bend. Unlock your knees and place your feet hips distance and take your hands to your hips. Point your elbows towards the sky. Bend your knees a bit, like you're sitting back into a chair, and then reach your heart forward. So you're kind of, I'm gonna drop my arms so you can see, you're making a nice, seemingly flat spine, but elbows are pulling in. Shoulder blades retract back. Belly and back are both long and strong right now. Push into your feet, stand all the way up. Find a neutral lower spine, so a little bit of curve. Fingers are wrapping around the front. Standing camel. Depress your shoulders. Lift your heart, lift your sternum, spread it out. Pull the elbows back and down. Standing camel. The belly is stretching here. It's elongating, but firm. Breathe in. As you exhale, we're going to go into the opposite movement, forward bend. You can bend your knees. And I want you to focus on those siblings today. As you start to come forward, belly shortens and tightens, and the back is elongating. Let's bring your fingers towards the ground. Bring your fingers towards the ground to let the shoulders relax. And yes, you should have a rounding and elongation in your back, and a shortening and tightening of the front. Let's go again, standing camel slowly. Hands to your hips, bend your elbows, pull your chest forward, come about parallel to the floor with your spine. Roll those shoulder blades back. We're strong and long now in both front and back body. Push into your feet, stand up. Feel the curve, the natural curve in your lumbar spine. Lift your sternum, maybe even lift your gaze. Depress the shoulder blades and open the front of the chest. Breathe in, and as you exhale, one more time, bend your knees. Come into forward bend. Get as long as you can through the spine and then fold, and you can drop your hands. Fingers towards the floor or just on your shins. Breathe and hold, and think about how the front and back body are supporting you, keeping you core strong here. Don't hold your breath, let it travel. And we're going to slowly sit down. Bring your hands in front of you. Take your time so your head's coming up after it was down, down, down. We're going to sit. I need to check the clock. Good. How's everyone doing? Core strong. Whew. I'm in like a hot yoga class right now. The last place I stayed was AC up, super strong all the time. And now this is actually really delightful. I feel like I'm at home in Costa Rica. Whew. Okay. Well, we're going to look at boat because we have to. This is a core strong and long class. Boat is the pose to find that relationship. Plant your feet, start with your feet planted and feel your sitting bones on the ground. I want you to actually lean slightly backwards so you're on the back of your sitting bones, not on the bottom, just a little bit back behind them. Hold on to wherever you can reach. Everybody's got different arm lengths, so wherever you can reach, doesn't matter. And I want you to open and spread your chest, anchor your legs, and feel the front and the back body working here. You want to make sure not to throw your head forward. Okay? Keep your head a little bit back of the shoulders. Now, can you take a hand to belly and a hand to the back again, just to sense? Can you lean back another inch and find the wobbles until you're wobbling a little bit? Remember to keep that head moving backwards. And now we're going to keep that beautiful opening in the chest, but just extend the arms. And I want your palms facing up and your elbows unlocked. Holding here, you should be working quite a bit, especially to keep those legs anchored. So front and back body, again, engaged, working together to stabilize from your center. And now we're going to take our hands behind us, palms flat, fingers forward or facing out to the sides. Make that choice based on how your wrists, elbows, and shoulders feel. I'm going to modify again for my shoulder injury and take my fingers out to the side, but you make a good choice for you. We're going to plant your feet. I can already tell I need to walk my feet in a little bit. Reverse tabletop starts here with a long spine. Long neutral spine. So we can't start with our shoulders rounded, it won't work. Shoulders have to move slightly back. Imagine, long and strong, front and back. Now push into your feet, engage your Batasana there, and lift your hips. After your hips come up, then you can move your feet to where you feel supported. Head is sort of in the middle place, and we're working front and back body. Lots of butt going on here too. Slowly release back down. You're going to keep your feet firmly planted. The closer in your feet are to your body, the harder it is. The farther away, the easier it is. That's just physics. So make a choice. Grab again, hold on to where you can. You're slightly on the back of the sitting bones. And I'm strong and long. I'm just trying to maintain and breathe. Is everyone breathing? Arms can come out, palms up, elbows bent. Let's lift and float one leg up. Let's lift and float two legs up. So this can be really challenging if you're really focused and really thinking about what's happening. Both the front and the back side of the body working, as well as your butt and legs. But again, today, I'm just focused here. I just have to mention your butt, I really do. I like using my butt. Plant your feet, reverse tabletop. Keep that beautiful neutral spine. Press down, lift. Breathe. It took me a very, very, very long time to love this pose. Sometimes we still fight. But recognizing that I gotta use more of my body, it becomes easier. Come back down, maintain the length. Come back into boat. Legs of your choice, maybe they start to straighten. Elbows bent, palms up. Another moment. Now we're going to bring our legs down. We're going to do forward bend. Forward bend. So, you guys know how I like to do forward bend is that if hamstrings really challenge you, then keep your knees bent like this. A little space. And no matter where you are, if your legs are straight or bent, now you want to be a little bit forward on the sitting bones. So if you wiggle yourself back, the best way to do forward bend, I don't have one right here, is to slide a bolster or a foam roller under your knees. You will get the best forward bend you've ever had in your life. But I want, again, us to focus on front and back body, okay? So hold for a moment when you're sitting up. Connect to both their strength and length. And then we want to be forward of the sitting bones. So that means the pressure on the floor is forward of the sitting bones. If you can't rock your pelvis that way, lift the knees. I'm going to do it like that. So again, as you come forward, your belly's going to shorten and tighten, and your lower back is going to lengthen. Do you feel that? You can reach your hands forward when you feel it. Reach your hands forward, grab onto the floor, your ankles or your feet. And I want you to connect again to that relationship, that core center relationship. If you're very flexible and it's easy to hold your feet and fold in half, Mom, that's for Mom. And some of you, I know, Angie too, Layla, then I really want you to work belly, back, and down. Belly, back, and down, engaging, engaging. Breathe wherever you are. This is not a lazy pose. Good. And the reason I tease Mom is because, right, and everybody who's that bendy is that's me too. And I can often check out in this pose. I can check out, but then I might hurt myself, and I have. I've done it. I've done it many times. Not anymore. Rise back up. How do you rise back up? Shortening of the back, shortening of the back. How do you rise back up? Shortening of the back, lengthening in the belly, and then you can roll all the way down. I hope that felt good. I hope that felt good. Lie down, bring your knees to your chest, do some yummy movements side to side. I don't want anyone to get hurt in yoga. Want everyone to leave feeling good. Rock it, rock it, rock it to the left for a twist. And again, you don't need to put your legs all the way to the ground. So if you can put an arm underneath you to take some of the rotation out. And the cue for that, right? Your body will send you a message in your spine or your back. If there is a pinch, a strain, just a weird feeling that doesn't feel right. Maybe you shouldn't twist all the way to the ground. So you could do an arm underneath you, you could do an arm between your thighs. Nice breath just travels through your whole body. And then to release this twist, we lift one leg at a time, right leg, and then the left, back to the center. Rock a little side to side, re-lengthen out your back, and then rock your legs to the right. And take some degree of rotation out if you need. Don't be shy. Make choices that your body loves, not necessarily what your mind thinks you should be doing. If you do that, if you do the yoga your body loves, you will always be a happy yogi. Always be happy. Return to center again, one leg at a time. Cross your right ankle over your left for pigeon on your back. And make a decision. So there's a few kinds of pigeon. You could put the edge, the outside edge of your foot against your thigh. You could do your ankle over your thigh. Or you could go more across and take a shin bone to thigh. So it's like, how far across do you bring that leg? It's going to feel different and sort of target a different part of your body. Bring those legs in towards you, and you can play with it as you breathe. Let this be an active stretch by just gently engaging your right leg, pushing it in to the left leg. Push it against that left leg so you activate your butt, basically. Take a nice breath, and then when you're ready, switch sides. There's a lot of options for this pose. For some people, it's just to stay with the other foot on the floor. You just got to listen to your hips, your lower back, your sciatic nerve signals. Gently press your left leg against your right, not with your hands, not by using the hands necessarily, but with the strength of the leg itself and the hip. Release this side, come into either knees to chest or happy baby. Usually from overworking your abdominals, you're not gonna, you might not feel a sort of discomfort. But when your lower back does a lot of strengthening and contracting, you might feel some discomfort there. So a nice pose like happy baby or another forward bend can feel really soothing, as well as making a choice how you want to take Shavasana. So let's decide what you'd like to do. You could put a blanket or a pillow under your knees. You could put your legs up over a piece of furniture. Like the couch is usually so nice. Or you could go legs against the wall. Maybe you're so happy being in regular classical Shavasana right now. So make a good choice. Make yourself really comfortable. Take your time and we'll take a nice rest. There are days where I need to rest on my belly. You could also make that choice. There are days also, since it's the middle of our day, you might want to sit for meditation. You might want to take a sitting Shavasana. Wherever you are is totally fine. The process is the same. We first settle the body by relaxing. A little scan from head to toe. Noticing if any clenching is happening and trying to unclench. Let it go. Relax. That process itself takes about as much time as we're going to be here. So just enjoy that process. Softening your face and your jaw. Your hips and lower back and your belly, belly, belly. All those layers of belly. Bring your attention back to your breath. Let a deeper breath come in and travel through you as you start to wake up your body. Fingers, toes, head. And as you move out of whatever position you're enjoying, I want you to think about, again, that core strength, that relationship of front and back body, how it's supporting you and helping you to make your way up into a sitting position. And as you come sitting cross-legged, and we sit up tall and just check in that shoulders are pretty much over hips. We're up tall, but we're not overstraining. Should feel hopefully a little easier to sit like this. And as you do, just close your eyes for a moment, and I want you to see that relationship that's happening around your spine. So imagine your spine is deep inside your body, and it's protected by two strong sheaths. On front and back, they're very strong, but they're also soft, they're mobile, they're pliable. Take a nice deep breath in, and through your mouth, exhale and let it go. You can open your eyes. Thank you so much, everybody.